I can't do it. I can't.
We go to get out the car at the beach and Jazz completely just froze. I don't feel like I have the right words to say to her to get her out of the car any longer. I'm annoyed with Jazz because I feel like she just let these made-up fears just get the best of her.
Hello and welcome back. Today we are talking about a new show, a show that popped up in my feed. It's called 1,000-Pound Roomies. I watch these shows and I talk about them and I hold myself accountable that way. I talk about Biggest Loser, Dr. Now, My 600-Pound Life. I've talked about 1,000-Pound Best Friends, 1,000-Pound Sisters. And today we're talking about this new show. I did not see this show coming. It just kind of popped up out of nowhere. And I saw a post about it on Reddit saying it was really good. And I decided to give it a try. And let me tell you, it was very motivating. It's a very nice show. I really enjoyed it. It truly felt like a reality show. It didn't feel too dramatic like a lot of those shows can get. But what I like is that it just feels real. It feels real to me. The show is about two roommates, hence the name Roomies, 1,000-Pound Roomies. They're really good friends and they hit it off and they live together now. There's Jazz is pretty much the main character. She's definitely the heavier one and she's the one that needs the most help. She has her daughter with her who is preteen and they said she's autistic. She needs help with a couple of things, but otherwise she's just a normal kid. I really love the dynamic between them. Nesha is the roommate and she's very funny. I really enjoy her personality. I love both of their personality. I love how their back and forth is between them. They remind me of me and my friends, how we'll, joke with each other, but we'll also laugh with each other and cry with each other. And, it's just this nice relationship and it feels real, friends forever kind of thing. The episode starts off just showing who they are, what their lives are like. And Nesha works with her mother. She works at this daycare. They get into that more in future episodes. But Jazz, her job basically, how do I describe it? Her job is basically being paid to eat online, or maybe not to eat, but she mentioned plus modeling. She wears, these skimpy little outfits and things like that. And people are paying her for it. That's on the cuff too of other things that I won't get into. But specifically what they call on YouTube paying to eat, it's mukbangs. I don't know exactly how you say it, but mukbangs, those are just as bad, if not worse. This is fueling and, they say it's for skinny people too, but at the end of the day, a lot of these mukbangers, they are overweight people, obese people. And it's really, really sad because these are people's food addictions. And basically, you're paying for someone's food addiction. And it's the same thing as paying a drug addict to shoot up on camera, right? I don't know. I have a whole rant about that. But what I'm trying to say is I don't think she does that, but she does get paid to be a plus model online, something along those lines. We don't know the details, but she's basically paying the bills, she said, with her own words. She said, I pay the bills with this. And good on her. She is a single mom, and I get the struggle. I understand it, definitely. Now, also, Nesha does bring home some money as well. She does a daycare thing, but they're basically renting this apartment condo together. It looks really nice, but at the same time, they're very close friends. And I noticed right from the get-go, I made a note right in the first episode that they definitely have this enabler vibe between each other. They definitely show each other friendship, love, whatever you want to call it. They show it with food. Almost every episode has a moment where they're just eating food. It's just food. I noticed it right off the bat. And a lot of the show is centered around food. They'll even have, cutaways scenes of just food. It's really, really odd. They'll go from one scene to the next and they'll just show people preparing food. So yeah, off the bat, the vibes are just food centered, and throughout the episodes, they'll just have these huge meals. And what really got me was that Nesha will use it to calm Jazz down. So what I mean is, for the first episode, for example, they decide to go to the pool and go swimming to make Jazz's daughter happy. And right away, it was obvious that Jazz wasn't really down to do this. Okay.
We're going to the beach. What's wrong?
You're going to the beach.
No, we were supposed to do this together. I know Jazz is upset because she really wants to be a more active mom, but sitting in the bed moping about the pool is just not going to do it. She's going to have to get back up on that horse and try again.
I don't feel like getting looked at. People be taking pictures and doing all that. Like, I don't feel like dealing with
Just
that.
got to pose for him.
She was very hesitant. They had made plans previously to do it, but when the time came, she just didn't want to do it. And I relate with that. I think everyone has those moments where they kind of regret deciding to do something, either because they're tired, or you don't want to do it, or you don't feel up to it, or you're just feeling shy, introverted. I'm guilty of that. It resonates with me because I've been through it. But when you're over 400, 500 pounds, 600-pound life kind of thing, it's way worse. Anxiety in general is worse, but social aspect of it is even harder. Going out just to the store, or in her case, the pool, just going to the pool in her own apartment complex was really hard for her. And I noticed she has a lot of anxiety, and maybe she's a little bit agoraphobic. You know, agoraphobic is where you have a fear of going out. And, you know, a lot of people have it in a sense because you have to go out and see other people, strangers especially, and there's this fear that people are secretly judging you. And that's a real fear, and it's out there. And I envy the people who do not care what people think. I envy people like Vanessa from 1,000-Pound Best Friends. She just does not care. She just is wild and free and happy, and she does what she wants. And if it does bother her, she'll go through the emotions of it, and then she's fine again, and she's just confident, and I want to be her. But anyway, so I felt Jazz's pain here. She definitely was afraid. She was saying she didn't want to go to the pool because every time she wears a swimsuit and goes out, she feels people are staring at her and talking about her and just judging her. I totally get that. Anyways, the episode gets into the beach part, which is anxiety times 10. So pool part was anxiety ridden. The beach part is way worse. But what really got to me was that Nesha, of all places, she decides to take her to Venice Beach in California. Okay, let me tell you, in California, we have a whole coastline. You just head over to the beach area, you pop on Pacific Coast Highway, and there's a long stretch of beaches. You don't have to go to these popular city beaches. There's Santa Monica, there's Venice Beach. They are very, very crowded and very, very populated beaches. But if you just drive maybe 5 to 10 minutes down the highway, you'll find beaches that are practically empty, where there aren't many people. So when I saw that they went to Venice Beach, my jaw almost dropped. I couldn't believe, of all the places. And knowing that Jazz, she has this anxiety thing already. I don't know. I think Nesha didn't think about that. She wasn't very empathetic to that, or the show kind of pushed it on them. Or another thought that I had was that they want to be in a populated area, and this is bad of me to say, because there are a lot of stores there, specifically food trucks, food stores, and things like that. And I'm not saying it to be mean. I'm just saying that this might be a reason they chose this area, and it's very convenient to have them right there. You don't have to drive to go get lunch or something. You don't have to find parking. You don't have to do all these things. So, not to be mean, but I think that might have been a reason they went there as well. Who knows? Who knows? It's them, their lives. We're just seeing what is shown on reality TV. But yeah, so they go to this beach, Venice Beach, and there are just tons of people. It is packed, and it's always packed there. There's always people walking. There's walking paths and bike paths, and there's shops and stores, like I said, and there's a ton of people there. It's like a mall, but by the beach. And immediately they park, and even on the car ride there, Jazz is just having this inner monologue, and she's like, I don't think I'm doing this. I can't do this. I can't do this. From the get-go, she's already in this negative headspace before they've even arrived, and she's already telling herself, this is too much, this is hard, I can't do that. And when you have anxiety, if you are not positive about something, if you are just straight up negative from the beginning, it's going to make it 10 times worse, and it's going to grow. The anxiety is going to grow, and it'll turn into a full-on panic attack. And I know because I've had panic attacks before, and I've had issues with anxiety that I am working through and I am beating, and I'm happy for that and I'm proud for that. But in the moment when you're struggling, it can feel so devastating, and it's tough. It's really hard to beat because it grows, and you'll start to have physical symptoms where your heart beats really fast, you're breathing hard, you start to have this cold sweat. You get nervous, jittery, you're shaking a little bit. It can get really bad to the point where you feel like you're going to pass out. And what's crazy is it's you that's doing it. It's you yourself doing it to yourself. It's your mind. You are convincing yourself that something bad is going to happen, and you are putting these symptoms on yourself. And that's something I've had to work through with myself. And beating it is really hard, but it's something you have to remind yourself. You have to try to be more positive. First of all, from the get-go, from the beginning, don't let it accelerate to that high level. Anxiety is a big thing in my life, and I think it correlates with my weight as well, because it holds me back from doing workouts and things that I know I can do, but I just convince myself that something bad's going to happen, right? And it's the same thing here with Jazz and Nesha. And when they park, Jazz basically tells Nesha she's not getting out. She feels awful, she's scared, she's anxious, all of those things.
Bro, what's wrong, Pooh? The beach is right there. We're here.
I'm not going to the beach, Nesha.
We're already at the beach.
Well, that's fine, but I'm not walking or going over there.
And Nesha gets pretty mad, and she tells her, I'm just going to go anyways. I'm going to have fun, and I'm here. And Jazz refuses. She doesn't get out because maybe when Nesha got out of the car, she thought maybe Jazz would suck it up in a sense and just get out and go with her. But no, she stays in the car and she does not move. I do see her side though. Anxiety for one, but also people do stare. They say they don't, but they do stare, especially when you're that weight, especially when you're that size, and everything's difficult. Getting out of your car is difficult. Just picking up your towels, difficult. All of these things wraps up together, and I see why she's going through it, and she has this fear. But at the same time, I see Nesha's side. Now, Nesha, she's also obese, but she's not as obese as Jazz, and she's kind of similar to Vanessa in that I don't care what other people think attitude. And she goes out, she's like, I don't care if anyone's going to stare at me. I'm going to have fun. And that's really how you should be. You should approach life like that. Life is too short to be hiding in fear. Get out and explore the world and get your health back and feel good, right? So I was seeing both sides, but definitely Nesha is being more grounded. Of course, right when I was thinking that while watching, she goes straight to this food truck thing or restaurant thing, and she gets a ton of food to bring back to Jazzy and make her feel better. So it kind of just took the words out of my mouth. Like, I was just proud of her and thinking all these good things, and she just goes and gets a bunch of, it's essentially fast food in Greece, right? And she brings it back to Jazz, and they eat in the car. So instead of going out, maybe taking a healthy walk and enjoying the ocean and the views and the people, instead of doing that and maybe eating at a table and enjoying the view over there, they just go and eat in the car. So this is another way that anxiety, weight, whatever you want to think, it holds you back. It holds you back from experiencing life and experiencing your family and hanging out. A lot of things like that. But the episode ends, basically, their friend comes over. They call her Baby Mama. I don't know if they mentioned the real name. I was too focused on the Baby Mama nickname to think about it. But she brings this expectancy test. Now, baby mama, she lost a lot of weight recently. And so she's worried about them. And she brings this expectancy test, a life expectancy test, which they have that in Biggest Loser too. And it is, I don't know how it works. I don't know how they calculate it. And I'm sure they factor in your weight and BMI and all of those things. But she gives it to Jazz, and Jazz gets 44 for her life expectancy.
But I am curious to know what it's going to say. Life expectancy for people who answered the same questions is 44 years. I'm 40.
Her current age in this season is 40. So obviously it does freak her out. And I think I would have been freaked out as well. It's 4 years, basically. So after this, she ends up going to consult with a doctor for weight loss surgery. I think, obviously, TLC had this in mind from the get-go, but they frame it that this test convinces her that she needs to do something to fix her life. So that's how the episode concludes. They continue it to the next one with the doctor and everything. But I just really wanted to pound home that anxiety is a real thing. A lot of people do not think it's a real disease, but it's your own brain fighting yourself, and you can beat it. You can lose weight. You can fix your life. You just have to change your mindset, and it's work. It is a lot of work, and you can do this baby steps. Progress is progress, bit by bit. Keep going. Motivate yourselves. Be positive. Even when things look bad, try to find something small and positive, because that negative energy can really suck you in and can really build into something out of your control. So be positive, happy goal getting, have a great day.